Yo, what's good, guys? It's Beach. Today we have a pretty cool video. I actually really like this idea. Um, Today is gonna be a video of somebody that I've done long-term coaching with. I think we've been coaching for about 8 or 9 months, and he came to me and it was really hard stuck in like Diamond 1, Diamond 2 territory, and we had to break a lot of habits. I recorded a lot of the previous coaching sessions, however, they kind of got corrupted as we've had issues with recording. However, with this player, we kind of do an interview. He recently just hit GC. I'm super stoked for him. He got GC, got his rewards, and then he tilt queued a little out of it, which happens. We all do that, right? We all hit our peaks and sometimes fall. He did the same thing, and he's slowly coming back up to it. However, he went from Diamond 2 to GC. I coached him kind of along the way. We did like weekly to bi-weekly sessions. And it's more of like an interview. We get to watch his promo games, and there's a couple of things that I want to take out because he gives some really good advice of what helped him hit GC, and especially since he struggled with mechanics and threatening attacks, he kind of talks about that. So it's a little bit of an interview, and then we get to watch his GC promo games. One thing I do want to talk about in his promo games, you guys will be able to see very quickly that he is not very he's not very mechanical. He's not very quick in terms of like explosive mechanics, but he's just in the right spot. He's trying to do the right thing. There's a lot of whiffs, there's a lot of mistakes, but since his positioning is actually very solid, it just works itself out. He ended up peaking almost 1500, I want to say. So he did a really good job. He did a huge climb. I think this would be very beneficial to everybody out there that also wants to hit GC. Just kind of hearing his advice. If you guys don't want to watch the replays, that's fine. Hearing what his advice, though, is to GC, I think is a really good thing. I asked some really good questions, so I'll let you guys get straight to it. We're going to start doing a lot of things for this channel, including shorts, videos, 2-3 times a week, gameplay videos where it's not just going to be educational. We'll have gameplay and stuff. I'm willing to start grinding a new mode in Rocket League potentially, so we might go into that. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see anything specific. I might do a road to GC without scoring. I got a lot of ideas. Let me know if you guys want to see that. We're going to start bringing back coaching giveaways, so coaching with a heart. If you want to join the coaching giveaway, join my Discord. That's where I announce the winners. We'll do that we'll do this Sunday. Every Sunday we'll announce winners. It'll be 1 or 2 winners at the end of the week. If you want to guarantee yourself coaching, there's a section in my Discord that will explain everything. That also pertains to Overwatch. I have some announcements for Valorant as well as Siege I'm really excited for, and we'll start posting Siege gameplay. If you guys want to see any videos, just let me know, but we're going to get straight to this. Enjoy the video, guys. Peace. I don't really know when I came in here. It's been a minute. It's probably been about... It's been less than a year, probably, but maybe a little bit around there, right?
Yeah, somewhere in there. It was, I think it was right around Worlds last year, actually, because you got to go.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. I think it was right after Worlds last year. And
I can't remember if it was right before or right after you hit SSL.
I think it was right after, because I charged you. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. I don't remember.
No, I don't think you did.
Fair. Okay. So, anyway, we started coaching around Diamond 2, Diamond 1, right?
Yeah.
And you're now GC. That's pretty awesome. I saw that you lost it.
Yeah.
But you got your awards, right?
I did, yeah. That one streak in GC, I went up to 1474 was my peak. Yeah. And then kind of plummeted after that.
Yeah.
I'm back up in high C3, so I know I'll get it back.
Yeah, so I told you I'd coach you until you were GC. Well, congratulations on making GC. That's a big achievement that, like, what, 2% of the player base gets to say they did. So a big congratulations on that. Looking at your chart through the last year, yeah, around November, you were Diamond 2, slumped, and you've just had a consistent climb. You were a little bit different in the sense that I decided to, instead of just give you a coaching session or 2, I just decided that I'm going to take my time out. Obviously, reschedules happen, and I really do feel bad about this last month. I've had a lot of random bullshit come up. This last month has been chaotic, but what I think I would like to say is I kind of gave you some keys to success to hit GC. For the most part, you've done this the last year, and this is awesome.
I'd say all.
Fair. It's a heavy tank. Yeah. I see you. Yeah, I see your tank. Was that a little rage queuing?
Yeah. Yeah, a little like 8 hours of rage queuing or something.
You're back up to 1391. Okay, so that's so cool. Yeah, I would like to say I helped you a bit, but obviously you've done the GC part. So what I want to do with you today is I have a couple of questions for you.
Sure.
And I would love to make a video out of this. Obviously, we slumped down a little bit, but I'm cool with it. You got GC rewards. I think rewards mean you deserve it. Peaking, if you hit it, you can peek into it, right? So if you hit GC, lost it, you can peek in. Congratulations. If you got it, you got rewards, you deserve it for any game. And I kind of believe you deserve it in any scenario, regardless as if you touch the rank, because that's what I do in games. I just touch the rank and then I get off because I'm burnt out as fuck at that point.
Yeah.
I have a couple of questions for you that I want to ask you to make a video. Then I want to watch your GC. Do you have your GC promos for me?
I do.
Okay, I want to watch your GC promo games, and then we'll go from there, okay?
All right.
So, as now a GC player, what do you think the biggest advice is that you could give to other people trying to hit GC?
Man, I think the biggest takeaway for me is actually the subject of your latest video, the anticipation key. Like the last coaching session you and I did, you were hammering on me the idea of like you need to predict like 3 seconds ahead and try to position yourself accordingly. And
Okay.
I think honestly, like that more than anything, I think was what gave me that final push into GC, because it was like realistically, you know me at this point. I'm still not like mechanically cracked or anything. I'm mechanically like well below the average like C3 GC1 player.
Yeah.
So yeah, that positioning thing was like, I think that was the key for me to be able to hang in this rank, is like I have to play smarter, because I'm not going to out-mech them, you know.
Okay, fair. Yeah, so just thinking ahead of time. So that's kind of something that maybe I gave you. What would you, because and that's a great piece of advice to give other players. I wonder if there's a situation for you, definitely for me, as I push to SSL specifically, I would always remind myself of like 2 things. And for me, it was playing a safe second man and really being more cautious of my challenges, never overcommitting, right? Because in SSL, and even higher GC, it's really hard to win games if you're constantly overcommitting. Was there anything you just constantly told yourself while you were like pushing to GC?
Yeah, safe second man I think was a huge thing, and that kind of plays into the positioning thing. But yeah, I would say like another thing that was huge for me that I constantly told myself was look for 2v1s, because again, I'm not the guy that's gonna like flip reset over 2 defenders and dunk on them or anything. But that the catching people out in 2v1s was like huge, because when we first started, you asked me like, what do I think I do better than anybody? And my take then, which I was completely wrong about, was that I'm a really good support player. But I think I've become a really good support player, because most of the teammates you're going to get in this rank are mechanically good, and or at least getting there. And for a guy like me, I just have to be smart. And I can't even tell you how many times like I was able to set up a good like pass across the net or even a backboard bounce, and then like demoed last man, and my teammate was able to get a free goal out of it. It's like I've just been crushing on that stuff. So
yeah, I do agree. Watching your replays, you have become a really good support player. You become the teammate that's reliable, which is very hard to find in ranked. It's really in ranked, you're supposed to trust your teammates. You're not supposed to rely on them. But watching replays of yours, you have become a reliable player, which is awesome. I'm going to ask you a question here, and you've kind of answered this multiple times in 18 different ways. How much did you practice your mechanics? How important were mechanics to you in terms of climbing to hit GC?
Well, okay. The reality of it, I have practiced a lot on mechanics, and I don't know why I like am really terrible at them. I'm actually starting to get better. It's kind of scary. Like every now and then, I'll pull something out and I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize I could do that. But yeah, I have practiced a lot on the mechanical side, and I feel like I have improved very little at it. So still for me, the intelligent plays, safe second man, 2v1s, like all of the fundamental principles that you've taught me have been, I would say, like 90% of my climb. And yeah, I've been able to use some of the mechanics to my advantage, but I would say that's 10%.
So it sounds like mechanics aren't that important to your climbing. However, I will probably attest, and you could do, to the consistency of your mechanics due to playing more or grinding a lot. The consistency of your mechanics probably look at its peak rather than the alternative of your mechanical capabilities, right? You're not going out and double flip resetting. You're not going out and doing all these crazy mechanics, ceiling shots, and all of this stuff. However, the basic mechanics, your consistency is probably through the roof right now in terms of what you're used to, such as your power shot placement, your maybe just your challenges, your low 50s, your bounce dribbles, your dribbles. Just overall, those are probably looking really consistent. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. My power shots have gotten, I would say, decent.
I was gonna say I've watched your progression of power shots. Your power shots when we started, I was like, my eyes were bleeding and I was trying not to laugh. And now, like I said in those replays, like, your power shots look deadly now, right? Like, it looks scary to be up against your power shot. How much ones did you play?
I don't not as much as I should have realistically, but I did try to put in, like, I don't know, I probably put like 50 games in last season.
So ones wasn't that important to your climbing in twos. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, I think I probably realistically would be doing better in twos if I had played more ones, but that rage Q will get you every time.
I hear you on that one. I do that way too frequently. Okay. Cool. And I got one question. I got a couple more questions, but I got a really important question for you, okay?
Okay.
You're in a 1v1. You have 100 boost. What's your go-to move?
Ooh, yeah. This is drastically changed. If I have possession of the ball, my go-to move now is to try to put it on my hood and try to get a good fake into a drop in front of me, or a flick if he overcommits.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. Cool. I figured it was going to be something kind of simple. Like, my go-to is I start to wind up a breezy, and half the time I have to bail out because it's a terrible first touch. But that's me, right? You see me play. I just like to go for mechanics now. How'd I hit SSO? My go-to move when I was, like, grinding SSO was a 45 flick. Or, like you said, like, see if you can bait them in, right? If I just 45 flick a player, bait him into a low 50, right? Make him kind of take an awkward low 50. I love that, because that's honestly one of the smartest plays you can do. And I don't see any other play being smarter, because if you just flick somebody, what are they thinking? Oh god, he's gonna flick. Now you low 50 them. Or if you just low 50 somebody, what are they gonna think? Oh, I gotta go stay low. Then you flick over. I love that. That's actually really smart. Again, like you said, focusing on that game sense. You have a GC replay that I need to watch. So do you want to send that over to me?
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do, normally I'm sitting here yapping through the replays. You're going to yap through your own replay and kind of just explain your thought process. I will say this as a preface. Like I said, I'm going to use this for content. Like you said, you're cool with it. Do your best to not just sit there and be awkward in silence and just be like, yeah, so I did this. Don't tell me what's going on the screen. More so tell me the thought process that you had while you were in that, right? Because at this point, we're not looking for the objective. I'm looking for your thought process. You've hit GC. You've promoted yourself to GC. So I'm not looking for, like, face value. I'm looking for what your thought was through these games, okay?
Okay. I sent you two. I don't know which one of those is the... It'll be titled GC promo.
Cool.
And the other one was my win up to 1474, which I think I actually did like 3 times. I want to say I think I hit it and then lost, just like win loss.
All right, let's see what we got here. We in the Fennec still, same Fennec that I fucking saw you in a month ago. I respect.
Yeah, probably
loyalty to the car.
I have played a little bit of Dominus. I'm not gonna lie.
As a non-mechanical player. Really? All right, can you see okay?
Yep.
Okay, you're gonna just get me through this completely. Let me turn a little bit of music on, just in case you're incredibly silent. All right. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Cool. Let's get straight to it.
At this point, I'm just hoping my teammate's not AFK. Good. He's moving.
All right.
Tried not to bump him, but yeah, we both have the same idea. Okay, just looking for that challenge, see how it shakes out. Try to go wide. Had time to grab the boost. I probably should have just followed up though and grabbed a couple pads. Fake challenge. Watch the shot. I should have been more aware of where my teammate was because I probably could have challenged that successfully.
I'll be honest with you, that's a couple rough seconds of Rocket League.
Yeah.
We regain.
Front flip boost whiff. Oh God. Yeah, this looks terrible. All right, watching for that challenge. Let's see if I can just pop it over him. Not what that guy is doing. Giving us a free goal. All right, waiting for the pass. Teammate gets challenged. Looking at safe second to bail out because I thought.
I love that by you. That's actually very impressive. I will say this right now.
Really?
A lot of people don't use this. They just commit. They're like, oh, I'm going anyway. This is an insane half flip mechanic that a lot of people don't do. I love this personally, so I love that from you. I'm just gonna say that right now.
I thought I was beat on that. So if he had hit that, I'd say there was a pretty good chance they were scoring.
Yeah, you were dusted. All right, I'm gonna keep going.
Try to steal a boost. He beat me. Just try and play safe second.
Maybe
I don't know what I was
there.
doing there.
Look nervous as hell, my boy.
Yeah, I would say I was probably sweating bullets at this point. All right, let's go in for an easy scoop. I should have tried to control that. I think I just got that lucky 100 spawn. Oh God, no! Forgot about this. Yeah, my teammate bailed me out a few times in this match, honestly. And I think we might have won on a forfeit too. It ends up being a little bit of a runaway match at the end. All right, here we go.
So let's talk about this. I have a question for you. You take the ball here. You move a little quick, right? A couple of heavy first touches. What makes you bail out here?
Well, the guy, I mean, I felt like I just got dusted because he bopped it over my head. And I think I wasn't sure if the ball was just, it looks like it's more or less just standing still after that. But I thought it was going to be going back hard. So I decided to just bail out because I didn't know if I could trust my teammate to be behind me for, a follow-up challenge, or if he was just going to dive it like everybody tends to and usually whiff, and then we get scored on because nobody back.
So yeah, you're just trying to get out. You get put in an awkward spot essentially. You want to get out of there quickly.
Yeah,
I like that. So
becomes second man.
Yeah, that's what I like. Is first man is you play until it's awkward and then you can leave. So it's really good. That's why I liked that right there. Play it to the corner.
Play safety. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting both of them to be coming in for that.
Fair.
That was just that was a misplay. Free goal.
Nice. Good job.
I still don't cheat up as much as I should.
Fair.
That was terrible. I think I was trying to slot that top right.
Looked like it. It's a good touch out to your
Try to
teammate.
send my teammate. Yeah.
Nice, yeah, good touch. I just think it's a really good touch. I love how I absolutely hype up your power shooting for you to rip a shot into their corner, but it's okay.
Yep.
It's a thought that counts. We wanted the top right, so.
Yeah, and at this point, I think my confidence comes back because I'm like, well, shit. We're halfway through and we're up 2 goals.
like you said, your goal is GC, so your entire RL career has led up to this moment. You're
Yeah.
nervous as hell, right?
Yeah, and now the nerves are let up because at this point I'm like expecting them to have forfeited. But
Yeah, and then as soon as they get a goal on your ass, you're fucking shaking again. You're like, nah, we're not losing this shit. Yeah, I can tell, and I don't mean this to point this out. This is something that I would do though when I was in my like SSL promo. I actually wasn't that nervous in my first couple of ones. My like last 3, I was a little bit more nervous because I was like, am I really gonna fucking sell this shit again, right?
Yep.
This is 100% your ball, right? But you're sitting there and you're anxious, whatever. I'm sure we'll see in your 1470 game where it's just like you don't really care. You're playing like you don't care. You're playing like you got nothing to lose right now, right? But now, in that replay, but right now, it's like you're just playing to be like, you're like scanning the field 18 times. You're like picking your nose, making sure your nose is clean. You're like, you're doing everything to make sure everything's perfect, right? You're vacuuming the floor right now, making sure that like everything's cool for when you hit GC, right? You're so worried about everything going wrong. So that's kind of the cool thing to see here is nerves really are a thing, right? No matter where we're at, it's just like, it's tough to fight them, you know? And whether or not you push to SSL, you said you might not have time. You put enough games in. It's just kind of about how you want to approach the game now. You hit your goal, right? So now it's what you want to do. But this was your
I'm not gonna lie.
Go
For sure. This is definitely my end goal when I first set out on this whole thing with you, and I think as soon as I started playing in high C3 against some GC players, it like kind of the realization set in that not to downplay like the accomplishment of anybody playing in GC or anything, but GC1 really isn't that serious. I mean, like there's still just heaps of mistakes, and I love it, and I love playing at that level, and I, whatever, I'm happy with it, I'm content, but I definitely have my eyes set higher at this point because it's, like I know there's so much more. The ceiling is so much higher.
You really? You think the ceiling's higher than this gameplay that we're watching?
Yeah, I mean, maybe Carmine Corp could learn something from me, but
It's true. All right, let's finish this replay. But I hear what you're saying. We'll talk about that later.
okay. All right. Trying to get back quickly. My teammate's in a 2v1.
Oh my god, you took that shit like a champ. You squared up to it.
I was
fucking said.
I was so unsure if he was gonna jump and try to side flip into it or what.
I like that challenge from you, by the way. It keeps your teammate on backboard. We're a little selfish. We want that GC promo. MVP, I respect it.
This was a mistake. I should have. Yeah. I should not have gone for mid boost there, obviously.
It's okay. Could have maybe let him have the open net, too.
That first save was good, but...
I agree. If you'll power slide, you might get back that second.
Mm. I think I had heard him jump, too, so I knew I was being contested in the air.
Fair.
But yeah, my teammate's definitely bailing us out. I think they forfeited.
That's just it.
Yeah.
Damn. It's funny.
Yeah, so...
I don't know if you watched one of my other videos where the guy promoted to GC is like the same scenario. They like FF'd really early.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay,
the guy's name, Mushroom Stamp.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Alright. So let's watch this. I want to see the kind of the discrepancies between that and this. It's obviously not down
I
this
think he
far.
passed. Oh, right there.
Alright. Same thing. Tell me what the hell's happening on my screen. Or don't explain what's happening on my screen. Give me what you think's best. What's going on in your head.
Alright. Gonna get a 50. I was going for the ball, but I'll take a demo.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize is as long as the ball's not on net, it's okay to get a demo, right? If you had a teammate behind you, I mean, then you just relieve more pressure for them, right? It's like that pressure at first, and that's a good kickoff.
Oof. Yeah, I probably should have just let my teammate have that because I was on 0 boost.
Good call. Maybe go for mid there. It's all good. Oh, we do get mid.
I should have left that for... Yeah.
Sorry.
Alright. If I can get up there and help. Teammate's a legend.
Nice little
That bump.
2v1. I like it. Good recognition. You're a little out of position, but you make what you do. I like that. And your challenge, too. Let's talk about this whole kind of play. You force an early touch out of the opponent. I don't necessarily think that... I mean, we can watch this back. Yeah, you kind of force an awkward early touch from your opponent. I don't think he needs to hit that. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't really know. But what happens is you create a 1v1, and then you kind of realize, oh, okay, it's a 1v1, and I'm still here, right? So that's a great play.
Yeah.
Maybe an SSL is going to keep their composure on that challenge. I can promise you most GC2s would do the same thing. Maybe even GC3s are kind of just going to, like, try to 50 you there, right?
Yep. Get back. That was kind of a trash challenge. Oof. Yeah, I should have just brake checked that one.
Try to force him off net, which I respect. Nice. I love that touch.
Thank you.
Awkward as hell.
My go-to. Playing at the corner has been a huge thing too. I don't even know what I was doing there. That was stupid.
What do you think you could have done differently?
Get on the backboard, maybe facing the right direction, and
So I think you should be pressuring the ball here, to be honest. I'm gonna argue with
really?
that. Yeah, because nobody,
Okay.
you know your teammate's behind you, and you know
Okay.
they're trying to control this based off pacing. Right? He's stopped. He's just waiting for the ball to come to him. You go join the ball over there with him. What happens here,
Yeah.
since you play back, it's two goalies essentially. So two goalies, there's just a miscommunication, so he doesn't know what the fuck's happening, and you kind of really didn't either.
Yeah, and I was kind of blocking the path for my teammate, making what should have been an easy save.
Yeah.
Wasn't sure if the teammate was challenging there.
Safe side.
The back off it spawned.
Nice close out there.
Thank you. Trying with these first touches, man.
Yeah, it looks like you're
Getting
trying
better
to,
at not just blasting it away.
I think that's a big thing is you have like some form of a plan, and I've always talked about this. You have some nice shot. You have some form of a plan. It's so much better than not having a plan at all, right? Even though your dribble is wide off the net by fucking 10 miles, like it's better than just blasting it down the line and not having any control in any capacity, right?
Yeah. That was a little bit of a reckless shot, but I have been scoring a lot of those like kickoff wall redirects.
That's fair.
I can usually I'm getting like 75-mile-an-hour goals on those pretty routinely. So I don't know if that even counts as a fake challenge, but that's kind of what I was thinking.
I was gonna say I like that. I like it. It looks like a fake challenge. You kind of sell it. You kind of, if you barely sell it on this end of the screen, I can almost promise you you're selling it twice as much to the opponent, right?
Okay.
So it's good. It's good stuff. It's not a bad challenge.
I was trying to take that to the air, and I think I got bumped.
Fair.
That was an easy fall.
So I will say one thing that you would definitely want to work on is just first man pressure, right? So we kind of clear the ball out here. And I mean, maybe you're trying to take this into the air, sure you get bumped. You could go race up the field, hold power slide through that bump. You're still up there, right? Now he doesn't get to control it. And then now we're finally having us challenge. Too late to challenge because he kind of already has control of it. This is more of a lucky miss from them rather than any forced error on our part, right?
Yeah.
Good recovery. And you play safe second, I like that. Or play safe first, man, to be honest. So same idea here, though. So we kind of bail out, right? I love that. Now that we're here, you should be just jumping and closing out on this. Even though he's looking for the bump here, just close out on a shot.
Especially on full boost, like there's no,
exactly.
reason I could balance that.
Yeah, that's okay. It's
kickoff.
You're GC, you're not SSL, you got a lot of the work on still. However, this is you getting to GC, which is awesome.
How dare you?
Oh. Nice, safe second. I love it. That's a crazy shot. But you're going to ruin his day and his night because you saved his clip. Just off the fundamentals alone. Nice close out there, too.
Thank you.
Not a bad clear.
Yeah, you know what? Another thing that has really helped me, I don't know if it was something that you told me or something I just kind of observed from better players, but like jumping a little bit later on defense. I've been like, it's so much easier to get a safe clear either off the backboard or even high into your own corner. But like, I was spending so much boost before to be in the air for like way too long before
To just hover.
before I needed to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
And oftentimes I'd end up like bouncing the ball straight down in front of the net instead of clearing it anyway.
Fair. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I thought that was in.
Okay, a little bit of crazy ass boost usage, but that's alright.
I think I was trying to demo him.
I do see what you're saying with save second. Like, you're very...
Like, I really am trying to watch.
Yeah, you're like...
Oh, scanning for opponents, too. Like, that's...
Helps, yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is the first man pressure I'm talking about. Your only trade-off here, which I love how you're playing second man, you assess that you... Or how is this? You don't assess, but you just think you're second man almost all the time. So what this ball could be for you is very easy for you to one pressure / take control of potentially because they're so far away. However, you do play a mean second man, and here's the thing: second man's hard to play in Rocket League. Okay, it's one of the hardest things to do in Rocket League, the second man and twos, because you have so many decisions you have to make. Right? That's why I say play safe second man, because then you don't have to make many decisions. Right? Wait for your first man to become second man, and then you have the easy job where it's like I can challenge whatever I want. Right?
Yep.
So that's why I say play safe second man. I don't really talk about this pacifist play style where it's like only play defense. I just say, you know what, your job as second man is to be the anchor for the team. Do so. Your first man is to make them lose control, and that's where we kind of want to start integrating that first man pressure in. You can easily get to GC playing second man, and then when you start pushing to GC2, GC3, you're gonna have to kind of stop them from controlling the ball initially, right?
Yeah.
But you don't really, you overcommit, but not a ton. Like that would be an overcommit, but you're still there.
Yeah, it was a little weak, but that was a shit.
Awkward, yeah.
That probably should have been an easy clear. I think my kickoffs have gotten really consistent.
I still say that as you like hard lost it. But no, I did notice that you kind of destroyed a couple of them. That's a good, it's decent first man pressure, right? It's the right idea. You could have gone back if he tried to catch it, but since he cleared it, you get to dip. Same idea, first man pressure. What can we do here? Nice. Okay.
There's actually one other takeaway, one thing that you said that I'm trying for a lot, which is kind of related to first touches, but you'd said one time that I should be looking to get more 50s, like essentially after every touch. Like if I dust one guy, hopefully I can dust the second, but if not, like the next best option is another 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have been trying really hard to up.
Yeah,
that.
I noticed that because you beat. I know what you're referencing. It's this right here. It's you get a good save. You go in, you beat a player, and what we see is you boosting here to try to at least anchor for a 50, which sometimes you don't get it, sometimes you do, right?
Yeah.
So that's the nice part, is that eventually you'll get really good at that. And you've seen pros, I'm sure, where it's just like, well, they dust a player and then they're 15 the second one, you know, maybe even 15 the third. Dust one, dust two, and then accept the third. It has to be a 50. That's a unique half flip.
Yeah.
Cool. So we got GC. We pushed all the way up to almost 1,500. I think I recognize the name Schmidt, but there's probably a lot out there. And again, you're like, he's got 4 goals, but you've got 5 saves, right? That's what I'm talking about with save second. You got 1 shot on net. Like I said, that first man pressure will kind of get you a little bit more integrated on offense. But that's huge. GC, I mean, again, from a year, from going like mid to low diamond all the way to GC, almost 1,500, right? Mid GC, right? And it's not so much. I say this is a thing because it's not so much about where we are. It's more about where we peak. Because let's say I just talked to somebody in my last session about this. Like, let's say you hit 1500 almost, right? You're pretty close. Would you rather?
3 games out.
Yeah, would you rather hit like where you hit 1474 and then sit 1400, or would you rather go from like C2? Because the last time we had a coaching session, I believe you were C2. Yeah, you were C2. I would, and we were going up and down. There's a lot of ups and downs. There's some really bad downs. Yeah. But for you, it's like, I would rather have this like bang new peak, right? This is awesome, right? This is exciting. I remember saying this, like, this is a huge climb to go from D3 to kind of here, where it's like you were kind of already comfortable here, but it's like a new peak each time, right? That's why I wrote exclamation marks. It's a huge climb. And then here it's another big kind of, we're starting to peak. But as you've noticed, that consistency of your floor, essentially, of where you drop, it just raises, right? Obviously, if we rage queue, we giga go down. In your graph, it shows that. I've done that too. It's just part of the game, right? When your mental's shit, your gameplay is shit. However, that floor raises considerably faster versus those players that are like, oh my god, I went up 30 MMR today. And I'm like, that's like cool. Or they're like, I went 30 MMR in like the last 2 weeks. I'm so excited. And it's just like, you're in the same division you were before. Like, that's awesome. You went up 30 MMR, you know, and those people don't play as much. When you play more games, it kind of gives you a little bit more flexibility with the peaking. And so when you play more games like you do, you get to peak higher, but that floor raises faster. And obviously that comes because you're playing more consistency. But those peaks are what we want to hit, so then that floor gets raised over time faster than just kind of like slowly climbing and just like playing, you know, to 2 losses or whatever it might be, right? No, I'm super stoked for you. I think that's pretty much everything that I have for you for the video. I'm very excited with the progress you've made. I think you've done an excellent and outstanding job climbing.
Could not have done that without you, man. Like, seriously, I stand by. I would probably still be at or below the rank that we started at without your guidance on this. Like, it's been so much fun getting to climb and actually actually start learning the game.
No, I mean, I take a little bit of credit, but again, you're putting in the work. You have 1,600 games a season. You had 2,000 games a season before. You're obviously putting in the work, so you kind of like thank me very little, but you did the work, you did the effort, you learned, you did all of the hard things. All I did was kind of point out little flaws. I think the big thing that a lot of people don't realize that I love about coaching is that I see you see as a player what is face value. You see exactly what's on your screen, and even in replays, like when you're like, oh god, like I see this, I see that, right? You see mistakes versus as a coach, what I see is potential. I see little gaps of potential, right? When you're playing an amazing second man, I say, wow, your second man's really good. However, you could play a little bit better first man, and that's just a little bit better first man is like 100 MMR on top of your 1465, 1474 peak, right? That little first man, like let's say that's 50 more MMR. Let's say your first touches, if we fix those a little bit better while keeping a faster pace, because I'm sure in C1, C2, you would do just fine with first touches, but now that these lobbies are a little bit faster, it gets a little clunky. We fix those, that's another 100 MMR. You put yourself in like 1600 then at that point, right? It's just little things, and that's why I love doing this, and it's not so much about the effort that I put in. Obviously, you're putting in so much effort outside of that. So I'm really proud of you, and just like a huge congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm gonna end the recording here. Is there anything you would like to say before I end the recording to anybody?
Just you're the GOAT, man. Seriously, like I've enjoyed your videos prior to getting the opportunity to get coaching, and then the coaching you've given me has been invaluable. So, like, really, seriously, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad I got to work with you. It's been a blast getting to know you. The big thing for me is I love consistently coaching 1 or 2 people at a time, just because you kind of get to kind of see them develop more. And with players like you, you're kind of a great example of you're not this younger person that reaches out to me and they're just ready to climb 200 MMR, right? You're like a little bit of like that kind of like, okay, you came to me, you're like, I'm really hard stuck. And so when you're stuck, you know, the thing about that is all of that extra time that I have to put in is getting you unstuck and like changing those bad habits, you know. And I love doing that with long-term people. You were the perfect person to pick up as a long-term person because you're a little harder stuck. You were a little not set in your ways. Obviously, reaching out for coaching, you're not set in your ways, but you could see how it was like we had to like pry off those bad habits, and like as we pry out the bad habits, we have to put in the good habits. And then keep the fucking prize open for the good habits, right? It's like really tough to cement some good habits into you at times, and other good habits you just picked up instantly. So that's why I really like doing like long-term coaching. So I'm really glad I got to work with you as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate the shout out. Thank you so much.
Of course.